Hi, Muji.
Hello.
Yeah, I tried everything. So it's interesting. I was sitting there, and the mind has a choice to come up to the mic or to stay there. And I don't have a question. I don't, in a way, it's to expose arrogance because the fact that I still am here and have some sense of person, to me, it just seems so arrogant in some way.
Well, I'm not sure because
Yes.
we have for so long been groomed in personhood,
Yes.
that it doesn't just vanish like this.
Yes.
And even through this stickiness, something is unfolding here because you see, there was a time perhaps you were not so in touch with that. Now you become more aware when arrogance shows up. And once you begin to observe it and feel its energy consciously, a distaste for that state is arising in you, meaning that something is not prepared to tolerate or to live under the umbrella of that arrogance anymore. So that already is a kind of countdown for it, you see? Because there's a vigilance present in you now, whereas perhaps before we would identify it, even protect it even. But now something is feeling, no.
Yes, I don't want to protect it.
Yes.
In a way, it seems, I know there's this deconditioning that has to seem to unfold. What seems to me is that I've been marinating for many, 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 many years. And it's like how I don't want to marinate any longer. It seems like enough marinating. I was thinking, I've heard some, I must be so tasty by now that I want to offer up as a side order to some Scotch bonnet jerk chicken.
Okay.
I figured this must be one of your favorite dishes, so I thought maybe I could offer up my. But really, in all honesty, if you could, I'm coming up here perhaps as person. This is, but really, the fact that I don't have a question. I'm basically looking for you to expose in any way you can this
If
person.
you only had 10 minutes
Yes.
to live,
Yes.
and if you can take that seriously for a moment, he had like 10 minutes is offered. Lights out in 10 minutes. Checking in with yourself.
Yes.
Say something from here. How would you wish to spend it?
How do I wish to?
Maybe there's another way of putting that, but I don't know. But I think you get what I'm speaking.
If I have 10 minutes, it's
It's too short.
to dissolve? No.
So there's not enough time to dissolve. There's not enough time to dissolve. Then what? What can happen in 10 minutes? You say there's not enough time to dissolve. Slow cook? No, there's not enough time. What can happen in 1 minute? In 1 minute, take it seriously.
Yes.
What?
I have
if you could,
Yes.
you'll have to go to a place where nothing happens. You'll have to go to a place where nothing happens. What you can do in 1 minute, I don't know. If you're Usain Bolt, you can do something in 10 seconds. But in 1 minute for your life, what you can do? Half a minute, what you can do? 10 seconds, what you can do? Give up, hopeless case, sorry. 9, 8, which like this, what you can do? You can find that place which is timeless. How are you going to do? Something is going to happen at the end of 10 minutes. But at the end of that 10 minutes, there's something here that nothing is going to happen to. Can you see this consciously? Can you be here consciously? Where is this place? It is not your mind. It is not your mind. So all the things we talk about and all these things, that's all in the 10 minutes. What is not in the 10 minutes? It's never not with you. It's never not here. But our attention, mind, energy, focus seems to go always towards time and towards what is perishable and ephemeral. And something watches this, even as we speak. You see, yes, all of this, all that stuff. Maybe there was a period yesterday or this morning where we could talk and I can look at you in the eyes like this. I can get a vibration from you. I can embrace, we can embrace each other. We can feel something there that's very beautiful. And yet a moment later it is gone. Can you bring back anything of yesterday as a sample to say, yeah, this was from yesterday? Everything is like clouds passing. You see? What is it that's not passing? In front of which the clouds of time and change, all this is passing. But it is like the infinite sky. It is not passing. Where is that in you? And I don't want, your answers by words is not going to say it. It's not a concept, it's not an idea. Nevertheless, it is here. And right there, at the place of the recognition of it, you're the most alive. What you have done in the past, what you want to do in the future, all these things, they become irrelevant for you. You're inside the inside of the heart itself. Who can attain that? I would say it is even unreachable. And yet it is inseparable from what you are. It cannot be maintained. It is uncreated, unformed. Where is it? It's the chance I have to meet you. If even to meet, not even to share, just to meet. For this we meet and we come together to explore what really here is real. What will you take with you So when this is recognized, it is not asking for recognition, but yet it's the one thing you need to recognize. In the instant of your recognition of this and the honoring of this somehow, the honoring of this is the marination I speak about and you speak about. It's not the marinating waiting for the fire. The marinating itself is the fire. And so many things fall away from you now. In an instant, they become irrelevant because they have nothing to contribute really to your completeness. Automatically, you discover a sense of completeness. Why? Because there's nobody there personally. So this is where it is appropriate to say, marinate here, meaning bring your full attention just to be here. Perhaps in the beginning we have to make conscious effort just to sit, to step out of the river's flow and just to sit for a moment. But gradually, as it becomes clear that there's no departure actually, there's no separation, when this becomes clear inside your being, then you may find that even in the midst of the most full pulsations of the mind, you are untouched as this. Not as an idea, not I know I can go there when I want. No, the one who says this is also false, you will know that. That is the product of your marination. A recognition which is even deeper than conviction. It is just you, yourself revealed. The unconditioned consciousness has become the guru of the conditioned consciousness. It's simply calling it home in the play called life, maybe you can say like this. Here the mind cannot touch you. The psychological complexities of the egoic mind cannot intimidate the pure self. As I said earlier, it can only intimidate the idea you have of who you are, which is not you also. And because of the fact that it can be intimidated also, is the chance you have to depart, even to drop this one also. And it's not necessarily dropping anything in disgust. It's simply that in seeing things as they are, some kind of transcendence happened about it. It's no more. It's no more on your table. You are left absolutely alone, but not alone as a person. Like alone as everything, in a sense, if I can say. And you need not be afraid of that. It's not loneliness. It's so complete. There's a completeness which is so, it is your natural self. But in the journey of time and change and identity, it seems to take us a long time to return here, at the place that you truly cannot leave. But we will dream separation. And that's why the term awakening is so appropriate, it's so true. It's as though you become zero. You become zero. They say when we start to count, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you go to 0, if you understand what I mean. Or you're brought to 0 just through your own introspection and seeing. In the old days, the yogis, and they would meditate and they would inquire like this. They would look at what they are not. Not this. I'm not that. I'm not the product of the senses. I'm not the sense objects. I'm not the senses themselves. I'm not the one who interprets the senses. They're looking, you see, looking. They couldn't say what they are, but they could say what they're not. And like this, until everything became empty. When they became empty, they didn't say, I am this. It is said that if you throw an empty bottle in the river, it will go gluk, 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 as it fills up with water. But when it's totally full, it will become silent and go to the bottom of this river. Your sadhana is like that. In your looking, not only what you're looking at, but who you're looking as and where you're looking from. When we contemplate this thing, all the noise of the mind leave you. Such a silence, such a beauty. And yet, you make no claim. You move in life outwardly, you seem like any other, maybe. But you're no other. You're not the body that people see, or even the personality that speaks through it. Subtler than this. And such a beautiful opportunity. And you know, in these few days we have together here in Portugal, in Lisbon, it can be enough actually. Maybe not in complete realization, we don't want to analyze what that is, but enough to say, yes, you can move on your own now. Just keep staying put here. And if there are more questions to come, it will reveal what questions will come. You will discern the difference between the questions that come from the mind and the questions that come from the emptiness. How? I can't say. You just will. Until then, we're simply flapping about. So I want to push you in the abyss.
Please.
Of your own self, isn't it?
Yes.
You say, yes, please, but it's already done.
Yes. Yes.
It's already done. Your mind will have to catch up with that. That somehow you see what happened. If it is genuine, and I believe it is for you to come here, yes. That I feel you're saying, yeah, it is true, something is enough, maybe. But usually it is the mind that says that. If the sadhana is true, if the pointer is true, if the attempt is true, then the fruit will be true also. Mm-hmm. But if we are marinating, and if it's in the mind, it will, yes, you marinate. Mm-hmm. By the time it comes to cook it, it's already smelly, it's too much. But if we are marinating in the right way, you may find you don't need to go to the fireplace. The fire has already done its work. Thank you.
Thank you for being in your presence, Muji,
Thank
and
you.
thank you for your words of wisdom.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here, okay.
Yes.
Hi. Hi, Muji.
Hi.
You can't see me,
I
right?
can.
You can?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, I'm a little shy right now. I've seen you in my dreams. I've seen you on YouTube, and now I'm seeing you here. I'm grateful for Ramanan, for Papaji, and for you and your lineage. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm trying to put my question out.
You can't find it, can you?
Is
You got
what?
it? You can't find it?
Yeah. Well, I'll say that I'm really grateful to know that you are from the Caribbean, because I was born there, and you're the first being that I've seen that speaks in this way from the Caribbean. So it means a lot to me. It means a lot.
Yeah.
There's hope for every person in the Caribbean. Including me.
Am I the spiritual Obama?
Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen Indian teachers, American teachers, but I never saw someone that was born
Yes.
on Jamaican soil.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
So my question, I guess, is I've experienced the isness that you talk about, or the isness has experienced me. I don't know which way it goes. And there are a couple of things that still pull me back into believing I'm not that, or identifying as a person. And it's usually pain or panic.
Yes.
And that's it. So I don't want to be pulled back into contraction.
When you completed, let's say, the invitation, who did you discover yourself to be?
Somebody without problems.
Somebody?
Well, it wasn't
You
somebody.
have to just be honest, it's fine.
No,
also.
it wasn't like somebody. It was like, it was like when you said, the very last thing you said was like, so how far is it from you? And I was like, oh shit, it's sitting in my seat. And I was like, that's not very good, because that means I'll have no problems. That was the first thing the mind did, you know?
Yes.
It doesn't.
So, okay, so it was the mind that said that.
I'll have no problems.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Is that the same as you saying that?
No.
No.
It was words or thought. Yeah.
Yes. It's really important, no? It's really important to catch that, because something can just kind of walk over that and just. But that is very important, no? That it is seen that, whoa, the mind says, whoa, it's right here. Oh my gosh, you know, that means I shouldn't have any problems. And what was aware, or what is being aware now, that it is the mind, just from the mind, meaning that it's just a thought. A thought comes up and was so quickly believed also, or identified with, like a kind of reflex. It didn't really ponder deeply over it. It just picked it up, and it was there and was claimed, almost like, yeah. So that's where the the invitation led, basically. I mean, I see it, but I still have my problems, you see?
Yes.
You watch him,
Yeah. It's very quick.
but you're quicker still
True.
by not moving at all. Isn't it amazing that no matter how, if those thoughts could move at 1,000 miles per second, they will still be noticed somehow by you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you are not moving.
Yeah.
If you pay attention to that which is really not moving, which the invitation will enable you to confirm actually. But wait a second. I've actually admitted that what I truly am is imperishable and timeless. And I say, you can take it back. Can you?
No,
You
it's
cannot.
true.
Yes.
It's just,
Then you must keep on confirming this truth. Because something is trying to, yes, but, and look over here, and what you're going to do when you go home. And it's almost inviting a re-identification with the old regime of identity. So for a while, when I say stay put here, it really encourages a vigilance, a natural, necessary vigilance, to watch when those kind of tricks. But at the same time, when you are open-eyed about it and conscious about it, they don't have the same bite. It's almost like the listening, the watching is occurring in a kind of immensity. It's as though something is looking out from this immensity because it's not clinging to the form somehow. Isn't that what is happening?
yeah.
Yes.
It's been happening my whole life. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. What has been happening your whole life when you didn't know?
That there was something always here.
Yes.
And it precedes experience.
And that something is how far away again?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. There's not like a, you know,
Who is speaking right now?
me.
Who is what exactly?
Who is me?
Yeah, we can slow
I'm
down.
not
I have time to listen also, so don't worry.
I'm a little nervous.
That's okay.
Okay. I really don't know who's speaking. That's the truth. I really don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. And you who don't know is who?
I want to say the right answer, but I don't
No,
know.
we're not, I'll catch you out if you do that. Because there's something that is different from, oh, I know, I experienced that, so I know.
Right.
It's just a resonance, and you're going to be developing this or releasing this. This ability is going to start emerging more brightly in you, that you'll know something just through resonance. You see? It's like if someone, no, I won't give this example, it's not just too strong. I mean, you know, if someone comes with a spoon of
Chocolate.
chocolate, okay, chocolate, and another spoon of chocolate-looking poo,
Oh,
and say, okay, which one is the real chocolate? Do you have to taste?
no.
No. Good. There is a way in which we know, and this we seem to have stepped away from a natural knowingness, which we were speaking about intuition earlier, and natural a sensing, that you're not going to spend time trying to develop that. It will simply manifest itself. And I'd like to just encourage you and to remind you of that. Where I'm not pointing, go now and plant the seeds of, intuitiveness and the seeds of understanding and the seeds of love. They are already in you. Only now just keep the attention on being here and confirming somehow that this is. And what do you mean? What is this? Then don't let the mind try to help you. Just gradually, something just deepens and exhales out all that noise. You kind of come into knowingness. And this knowingness and beingness, they're not different. The mind is still hanging around, saying, like, we, or, it is still wanting to say something, because the one who it can speak to has not yet quite vanished.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a lot of mind in it as well. But when you pay attention to that in which this can be seen, then it becomes much more clear for you. Yeah. Increasingly.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are times when the mind is a little slow and it doesn't respond so quickly, and I can enjoy the business.
Its absence, you can.
Yes, sometimes. Yeah. And then other times it's like, you thought you lost me, and it's just like right there.
Yes,
So.
Perhaps you will outgrow this aspect of the mind more
Please.
quickly than you think. Mind is fine, it's not bad in every way, but when you relate to it from a place of identity, much confusion will come. This is already beginning to change. If you have received or accepted what you have seen and are seeing, because, as I said, it cannot go away. But if your attention turns towards, again, the old mentality, the old notion of yourself, then gradually this power will seem diffused, and it may even come under this notion that it has gone. It has not gone. You see? So just be with this more.
Yeah. Thank you.
Will you accept this advice, though?
I take it wholeheartedly.
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Then I can say that for sure this will pass.
Yes. Yes. Oh. And Muji, can I come and give you a hug?
Yes.
Thank
How
you.
you?
I'm easy. I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes.
Thank you for.
Yes, good. Try again.
Thank you for everything, sir.
Thank you.
I just wanted to start a Sangha group in Ojai. It's north of Los Angeles in California. Krishnamurti was there. Anyway, I think it's a good community for it. Wanted your blessing to start a Sangha group there.
Very much so. Very much so.
Thank you.
And one that will grow and deepen. If your urge is true, then it will flourish also. Yeah. Come.
Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you. So wonderful. So great.
Thank you for
Thank
being born, Muji. Thank you for coming to this
She said to me, thank you for being born, Muji. And I'm saying, thank you for being the unborn. I know that sounds such a way out thing to say, but it will soon be confirmed in your own self. You follow simply what, carry on in the way that you are, in that seeing. And what I've said will not seem extraordinary. Thank you. Thank you, my lord. Thank you. Yeah. That's it.
That was.
And where's the name of the place?
It's Ojai. It's
Ojai?
North of Los Angeles.
North of Los Angeles. Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit inland, south of Santa Barbara.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I went to Santa Barbara once, but then from there I think we went north towards Berkeley.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Los Angeles I never went to, and there are already beings in your area who.
Yeah, I met Ganja, a lady from Russia with long blonde hair.
Ganja?
Yes. You gave her this name.
I gave her? No, I think maybe Ganga, but not.
Ganga. That's it, Ganga. Yeah, Ganga.
Maybe it's the Jamaican
The
connection.
river in India.
I smoked my whole. Okay. It's good. It's a start. I mean, if it's already, even if it's one being, even if it's only you, you start with that, and gradually, if there's an urge within your own heart for that, you just have to let it unfold. You don't have to try too hard even.
Right.
You can, there are beings here also who perhaps will get in touch with you and say, hey, nice
Okay.
to meet you. See?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Where are all these hands coming from? Lady in the green right here? Yes, for a minute. Oh, yes. It's two greens. I didn't say dark green or light green. Well, maybe both greens can come.
Namaste.
Namaste,
Munji.
my love. Yes,
It's a great honor to be here with you today.
thank you.
I'm coming all the way from Birmingham, UK, and my birthday also was recent, same as you.
Okay.
I lost my parents within a period of 3 years, and I was basically, you helped me go through looking after them.
Yes.
You helped me also to get to fulfill basically what my mother and father had started within me, and that was to introduce me to the Creator. But you helped me to know who the Creator is within me.
Yes.
And I'm truly honored for that.
Yes.
Because there's no greater love than to know who you really are.
Yes.
I often heard the saying, when you hear the truth, it will set you free. When you know the truth, it will set you free.
Yes.
And I often heard the kingdom of God is within.
Yes.
And for a while as a child growing up, I always felt there was something missing. I'm on a venture to rediscover something.
Yes.
And as time went by, I kept on journeying and journeying until I went, as you would understand the saying, go through hill and gully and go all around mountain, go everywhere to find who I am.
Yes.
And then one day, after reading your book, Vaster
Than
Sky,
Sky.
it came to me, the stillness, I am the stillness.
Yes.
And the kingdom of God is my true essence, and my true being.
Yes.
And for that, Muji, I am truly eternally grateful to you for allowing me to go through that door.
Yes.
And also to recognize it's okay, the mind and the thinking will come along, but it can never overpower that which is truly within, which is divine, the ultimate. the true life force and essence
Yes.
of my true existence.
Yes.
And I said I will not leave here without please getting a hug from you.
Oh,
This is a dream.
my love.
Thank you.
So wonderful, so wonderful.
Thank you.
So wonderful.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too, my love.
From unconditional love.
So great. Carry on. Go deeper and deeper into this. Wonderful.
You are my inspiration. Truly.
So loving. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there no privacy around here? Come on.
It's great. Okay.
Thank you, my love.
Hello, Muji.
Hello, my love.
I was looking very much forward to meeting you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Come a bit more close
Okay.
there. Thank you.
I have to expose something. I have your audiobook, Invitation to Freedom, and I have been listening a lot to it. And I've experienced something opposite as I should have, I think. Sometimes I could answer your questions,
Yes.
and sometimes I couldn't.
Yes.
And when I answered your questions, the words just came out of me.
Yes.
And I was surprised. That was strange. And I couldn't feel it was me saying it.
Yes.
So that's strange to me.
Yes.
What was saying it? Like
Well,
something was saying, but
the
I wasn't it.
yes. Well, actually, if it was you saying it, the you that you are thinking you are, then it would have no power. It's the you that you don't think you are, but the you that you cannot not be, that spoke.
Is that business?
I call it like the isness for the moment. There are other names you can use. You can say it's the pure awareness from the space of pure awareness. You can say that it's the pure intelligence of being that brought the responses up. But it wasn't this conscious identity that spoke it.
So that means I'm a Latin person all the time.
You feel that you're a person all the time?
Because it was not, I didn't feel I was speaking that.
Yes.
So please, your blessing to deepen.
Yes, yes, yes. And this is something wonderful actually, because the kind of what I call the usual state, when consciousness paints a portrait of itself as a person, that is the state that we, for so much of our lives, we are living in the notion of ourselves, that we are just that person. It is also consciousness, but it is such a contracted and limited expression of consciousness, you see, which is much greater than that. It's like the consciousness that's been held in the mind. But when I ask these questions, what happened before is I asked you to suspend the usual involvement and investment of your interest in the personal life and the ideas you have about yourself, which you were willing to do. You say, okay, I won't engage them for a moment. I'm going to leave all this for a moment. And by leaving all of that, something was accessed that you're not normally consciously functioning from. But nevertheless, it is there. And so when I say leave this, And then from this place I asked you, then what remains here? Is it something that can be touched? And I said, no, it cannot be touched. If it was the person may say, I'm not sure, maybe, yeah, sometimes, yeah, okay, I had an experience. You see, there would be that noise would come. But we bypassed the person and spoke from your heart. And you say even now, but it wasn't me. And say,
That was the feeling. Who
Yeah.
says that? I
Yeah.
wasn't
Yes.
that.
A deeper layer of truth. That, which is what you are actually. And what does spirituality imply? What is the purpose of it? Is to somehow close the gap between the sense of the person who is living effectively in an egoic state and to bring it back to the source from where it comes. You see? So somewhere along the line, you are speaking from the sense of this identity, but it's being absorbed or it's coming more deeper, it's going deeper back to the source from which it came. And as it's coming towards more deeply into the source, the whole way in which you will experience is already changing. It's becoming more kind, less afraid, more open, more light, more spontaneous. The person is obsessed with control because it is afraid of its environment and it is prone to feelings of insecurity, you see. So it gets in its own way. But here what happened is somehow we just bypassed it. We just escaped the usual habit to go into that state. And from there, a deeper space of truth. No? From this place, those answers were coming. You see, when you speak with a sage, if you speak with people generally on the street, you ask them, and we're very comfortable with opinions. You say, yes, I think this, no, I think that, no, you think that, yeah, but my mother says this, no, but I say this. We are quite comfortable to present opinions as though they are kind of fact. But a liberated being is very rarely, except for maybe as an expression of politeness, they may say, well, I feel, or so on. But actually, they rarely say, I think. They either know or they don't know. They either speak or they don't speak. But we are very comfortable to say, yes, but I don't believe and I think, and so we're accustomed to that. And gradually, as your consciousness moves from the position of personhood and is merging back into its source, opinions will mean less and less to you. You see? Because our minds are so impregnated with so many meanings, we can't comprehend even. But there's a simplicity in wisdom. And something as you move, as that change come, as you're deepening in your understanding, or escorted back to your own self, you find, so wow, I didn't know who spoke that. Who is saying, who spoke that? You see, what I would call the constructed sense of self, which you are accustomed to operating in that mode, is surprised that, wow, but how can those words come out of my mouth? But at another time, you will not be surprised. In fact, you'll be speaking more from that place than from the old point of personhood. You see?
And what happens here, when the first day I did the invitation, I fell asleep. And I woke up after your questions.
Yes.
And I was so frustrated.
Yes. The mind was
I came
laughing.
here,
The mind
all
was
this way
laughing.
and slept.
Yeah, snoring. Everybody's waking up. Yeah, snoring. It is one of the ways in which somehow you will notice that something wants to avoid this chance of really seeing. You know, it is not a new phenomenon for me. Sometimes we are doing a guided meditation. Everybody comes nice and fresh in the morning, bouncing with the joys of spring. They sit down. I say, close your eyes. Just a moment. Okay, just pay attention to this. I see quite a few beings. It's like they've been shot or something like that. A minute. I said, I've been looking for a good water gun to shoot them, you know? And that's not a true sleep. That's not a true sleep. That's sleep of avoidance. You see?
Yes.
The mind is going. But if somebody came and says, okay, somebody owns a car, this number, red Volkswagen outside, it's on fire. You'll be, it's not true sleep, is it? But you say, when you woke up, the invitation was finished.
Yes. Yes.
Everyone is kind of, did I miss something?
Yes.
But more chance come. And next time maybe you pay more attention or so. Sometimes some people are here and they actually notice that if I'm talking about relationships, everybody, their ears get bigger, everything like that. We start to speak about the freedom. They're fighting. They're fighting to stay awake. Oh my God! This stuff. Why is that? So you see already that there is some kind of play, a kind of nonsense going on, where we are easily distracted by the consciousness. You see, and so wavering between being the pure weakness and then being the sense of the person. And now it is called by grace. Grace comes from its own source, and there's still some noise of personhood, some dreams and so on, and so it makes it not so easy to hear, even a bit resistant to this type of climate. There is some resistance, but gradually you see when you become more resolved somehow, that no, I'm here for this, and the sleep is kind of pushed back somehow. And so you find that these states, you begin to move through them quickly. If you're earnest, you move through them quickly. If you keep relating back to your person, yes, but what I feel and I don't like and so on, then something will seem to stagnate, and perhaps in a short time you may give up and say, this is not the thing for me. You see? But it is the thing for everyone, actually, because we are unavoidably, choicelessly that. It's a question of how long we continue to be caught up in the traffic of personal identity and its world. You see? At some time, according to the universal principle and grace, it's your time now to call in a little bit. And you'll find that even without your person making a conscious choice, maybe life presents something. It could come in so many ways, but maybe a little jerk or something, and the apparent safety that the mind is seeking as a person is interrupted, and you're compelled to go to a deeper, more secure place to look. And perhaps right there begins your journey of awakening. You see?
Hug you.
Yes, come. You're quite athletic, huh? Thank you. Wonderful.
This is like a dream.
Yes. This is like a dream? I think this is more like waking up.
Waking up, but I hardly can believe that this is happening.
Oh,
Look in my soul, please.
I will try one of these. We have to give some space for some of this. Beloved Guruji, during the invitation, I felt that it is me. Tears were running over my face. I felt that there was only one. But I am not able to feel the oneness between the other and me. That you or every other being is that. That is me. There is such a deep feeling of separation to others. Please, I leave this at your feet. Thank you so much. Again, during the invitation, I felt that it is myself. Tears were running over my face, this face. I felt that there is only one. Okay, that's where it started now. I felt, but there's only one even. There's only one. There's only this. But I am not able to feel the oneness between the other and me. Because now the first thing, this me, but I am not able to feel the oneness between the other and me. This me is not the same me as before. You see? The me before had no content, had no history. It was the one itself. The second sentence, but I am not able to feel the oneness between the other and me, you see. This sense of other and me is the learned, is what we learn. And something from the mind says, yeah, there's, if there's only this, look at them. Are they this? And goes, oh no. Oh yes, there's them. But previously, there was no them. There was not really any real I in any kind of personal way. Following on, second statement, that you or every other being is that is me. There is such a deep feeling of separation to others. You know what this other is? It says the expression, I am, is the godly principle within the form, I am. It said that in the scriptures, the Christian and say from the Bible, it said that when Moses, if I can just take a moment, Moses was one of the early prophets of God, and Moses was sent by God to go to Egypt and to approach Pharaoh and to say to the Pharaoh, that it was coming from God. God commanded, let these people go, let these people go, let my people go. And Moses was, I think he had a bit of a stutter. He was not eloquent, actually, in words. And he was afraid also. So he was sent by himself to go. Then he is not confident enough, even though he has perceived God or met God in the form of this burning bush. Of course, God is not a burning bush, but it appeared like that. And in his mind, he said, who should I say sent me? And the voice said, say, I am sent you. This I amness is also the voice of sentience. Nobody gave you, actually it is your name, the sense I. I am. That is more your name than George or Philippa or whatever. I am. Am means to be. Who is the I that is? It is pure consciousness. So it says, say I am sent you. During the invitation, I felt that it is me. The first formed, when we wake up, the first form, the first concept that must arise, the first knowingness must be I. It must be I before you, because you is in relation to I. That I am principle arises inside. I am, I exist. That's your knowledge of yourself. That is the untaught way in which we know ourselves. It is the most intimate knowledge. And yet, though it is taught that this I amness is of God itself, the highest, no? And yet we regard God, when we speak to God, as you, and not I. I don't know if it makes sense to you. The sense you means other than I. But that other than I comes when I is personal. When I is personal, then other forms are seen to be also personal. So I, the person here, sees you, the person there. But the I arises in you, don't feel you, it feels I. And everywhere it's I. Okay. So, how can we get to this place? But I am not able to feel the oneness between the other and me. That you or every other being is that is me. Not able to feel this. There's such a deep feeling of separation to others. Okay. Don't start with others then. Start with I. Start just by, again, I gave example that in the waking state arose, and the knowingness I am emerged with it. You follow like this? In the morning you wake up, if you got up at 6 o'clock, so at 5:59, you were not there personally. You did not know of anything, you were in deep sleep. Then at 6 o'clock, the consciousness opened up, and the feeling, I am here. Only after this I amness come, other things can come. Time comes, or room come, other come, work come, world come, everything come. Because it is the I that perceives them. So the I is the firstborn, the first arising principle. No? In that instant that awakening happens, awakening must, if you see awakening like a flower opening, a flower of consciousness, in which the feeling I am is that openness, that flower must open in a space that is already present. The space in which the I am can open, that space did not open. Do you follow this or not? You are aware of the emerging of the waking state or not? At the point where it flowers, or later, or before? Well, before it appeared, there's no need of knowingness of it. As it appeared, the knowingness, I am, arises, and we are aware, something is aware that now you're conscious. Just like now you know you're conscious. You're experiencing through consciousness. You who know of consciousness. It's not something that we can do simply by logic. But if you want to, you didn't put who the name is here, it doesn't matter now, but there is such a deep feeling of separation to others. I don't want to put that as something so important. It is not something that you need to do. If you focus only upon the sense of isness, which is prior or earlier than any other formation. Every other formation come in it, after it. If you stay in the feeling I am, this will be resolved. It's not that you need to see, oh, I am the same as the tree, I am the same as the river, I am the same as the stone. That is not of anything important. If it is to come, let it come spontaneously, let it come when it's ready to flourish within your consciousness, it will come. But you cannot make it come. So start only with yourself, the sense of the self. Now you know that the self cannot merely be the person. The person is also perceived. Everything is perceived. That which perceives everything, can that itself be perceived? I would like to give you that contemplation for a moment. We can sit with it, so you have enough time to sit. All that arises in your world, whether it is true or imagined, that shapes your conviction of your own world or your own take on the world, no? All of that is perceived in you, isn't it? Even to say Mr. Einstein said this or do this is only according to what is acceptable to your own consciousness. You are the seer or perceiver of the world you think you see. That which is perceiving everything else and believes in it, that weakness, is it witnessable itself or not? The weakness from whom come the judgments and feelings about the world, isn't that weakness also phenomenal to a point? That which witnesses the phenomenal weakness and is world. I hope I've not gone too far. Have I lost you or not? No. So that which is earlier than that weakness, earlier than the personal weakness, which has no story, has no background, that perceiver, can that perceiver be perceived? Please, you must do it. Don't answer. You sit with it a little bit. Because your answers verbally will not be enough. Your introspection must produce a revelation that will be greater than any conceptual conclusion you will make. If you try and see, just turn the attention like that, that which is perceiving everything else, can it itself be perceived? In other words, everything else is phenomenal to that perceiver. Is that perceiver, if there's a perceiver at all, is it also phenomenal? Please look, because something wonderful is going to happen just in the looking. Any mental conclusion will not do. Any mental conclusion will not be satisfying for you. And you will know it's only mental, it's only another idea. If it is done correctly, that which is witnessing everything, including space and the subtlest of the subtle things, is perceivable. That in which it is perceived, can that itself be perceived? And if it can be perceived, by what is it perceived? That contemplation is super rich in spiritual vitamins. It's just my way of saying something. Just looking. A lot of noise, mental noise, will simply fall away. So that was the last thing. There is such a deep feeling of separation to others. Then I say, leave others, leave the feeling of others, and fully focus on the feeling, the sense of I. Is the I the final truth? Or is the I also itself observable? Is the I sense? A fixed sense. Is the I, the sense I am, is it fixed? Is it fixed as a person? Then when that is explored deeply, then the person becomes superficial. And still the feeling I may prevail. But this I now is not personal. This I that remains, that perceives the person to be phenomenal, is this I itself phenomenal? How far back can you recede? It's not a riddle. If you are genuine, it reveals something that cannot be figured out just through the mind. If you have any feeling for this, then follow that. If you don't have a feeling for this, okay, you leave it for now. You don't want to get a headache over it. It is enough if you feel I've come somehow through the invitation and it has left something here that there's no words for it. Mooji calls it isness, but it doesn't seem to have any label on it at all. And it is causing a certain aliveness or vibrancy here. But it's even subtler than that. And move in that. Sleep in that, wake up in that, go to work in that. And you may begin to appreciate it increasingly, to value and honor it more and more. Some of you may even become so deeply fascinated with it that your attention just keeps going there, And to that extent, you are yielding this spiritual fruit of peace and joy and an expanding love and openness. This fruit that keeps getting sweeter and sweeter, but never becomes oversweet and never decay. You don't have to speak about it. But such a beautiful change is taking place in what you may call your life, but you're not trying to control anything. It seems as though nothing needs controlling. Except when there's a need for the play of control, then that will seem spontaneously to come. Now I'm speaking with you, not as person to person, but as consciousness to consciousness, as isness to isness. Your words maybe are not yet ready to form explanations about this. Your mouth may be not ready to form conversations about this. That is quite okay. Continue just deepening, if you may say this, or stay put at the place of the discovering. This is just fine. Please don't hold on to any question, because sometimes the mind is want to bring questions and it's just a sort of decoy, it's just a sort of distraction. If you have heard, if what I have said and what I'm saying resonates with you, leave your questions alone for now. It's greater than your personal question. When the seed goes into the ground, good soil and water, then it dies to itself and sprouts as the beginning of a tree. Don't trust your mind to that extent that you're handing over this freshness, this discovering for the mind to analyze and to make conclusions, premature and false conclusions about. In fact, don't be in a hurry for conclusions. Be in the living discovery, the alive discovering, if you can say. This is the coming from death into life, from darkness into light, from confusion to clarity. Experienced. The psychological mind here has nothing to contribute to your freedom right now. You're beyond it already. You are experiencing your own awakening. It's not a hit and run experience. You have discovered something which is not a thing at all, and yet it is so present. Compared to it, now everything that you see or perceive or feel or imagine become like clouds passing, they are coming. It alone is unmoving. To this alone is the term timeless and imperishable, unborn. Applies. Everything else is momentary. That is not bad. We're not making them momentary. We can relax with what is momentary and what is fleeting or ephemeral, because when we are a person, it's as though we are searching in the land of the relative for the absolute. And even the seeker itself is phenomenal. It's trying to find something which is unchanging when it itself is changeful. But looking from the place of what I call the isness, just be there. And let the revelations that come, the illuminations that come, they will reveal to you in such a way that it's not merely intellectual knowledge, informational knowledge. These are not so important. But the living experiential knowledge of that which is alone and true. It is time now to and it is enough for the moment also. Not more, but deepen in what you have seen. Digest your seeing, assimilate your seeing. How? No technique, just keep just paying attention to this. That sort of faithfulness, and it will yield its own revelations. To who? To itself in the form of you for the moment. As you keep listening, this sense of separation is already diminishing. You will become the proof that this is. Not just what you say. Blessed is the one whose life is the evidence of the true. Thank you, and bless you. May the fullness of grace take hold of the mind and merge it inside the heart of being.